Abdullah, Mabruk al-Ghali. Reflecting on your time with Brave, how would you compare it to being into the PFL Smart Cage? It didn't look like you needed some time to get used to it.
آه، ممكن تشرح لي إياها من أول؟
Yeah, of course. Looking at your time in Brave with your 5 fights, did you feel any different being in the PFL cage?
Yeah, PFL, PFL is PFL. But also in Brave, I fight with the good fighters. I compete with perfect fighters.
Mhm.
But alhamdulillah, I'm ready. This is all the cages, and I'm ready for everyone, for any time. Just training, and let's go. That's it.
Now, you mentioned that Saudi Arabia is starting to become an area that is getting more involved with MMA. Are there any fighters in specific that you're looking forward to or you think have a chance to make it to the big stage that are up and coming?
In Saudi Arabia,
Yes.
look now. Some just me and Mustafa will do some actions in MMA. Is active fighters in MMA. Just me and Mustafa. Maybe no one. Maybe just we. We will see with time.
And lastly, how does it feel being an idol to many children back in the Middle East who look at you as someone that is accomplishing dreams that they don't think that they can achieve?
Look, when I start, also I say maybe I can't do this. It's so hard. It's like that. But when I started and I just focus on what you want and do what you want. Don't listen to anyone. Just focus and train a lot, train hard to make something like this. That's it.
Thank you so much.
I used to move snowflakes by the I can't see me back then, you can call me CEO of the ROC. Fresh out the frying pan into the fire.
Natan Schulte and Couch.
End up. There you go. Let's go!
So whatever the situation is, if they told me to go fight at 85, I'm gonna find a way to win. That's it.
Solomon, congrats on the big win. What appealed to you the most when the PFL made the call, besides fighting alongside your fellow teammate Shane Burgos?
Well, fighting along Shane Burgos was, man, it's been a dream since day one. I've been a fan of Shane since the first day I ever seen him. When I first saw Shane Burgos fight, I was in Buffalo, New York, and I was a fan in the stands watching Shane fight. And all of a sudden, we were training together, and then next thing you know, we're cornering each other, and now we're fighting in the same car. Like, wow, that's so crazy. But the biggest thing that appeals to me with PFL is they pay the most money out of all the promotions. So I got a chance to win $1 million every single year. I'm gonna win $1 million every single year.
Now, we do have a fight that's taking place today between two fellow teammates. You did say that you want to move down to 155, which is your natural weight class.
Yes.
What happens if by chance they do match you up against Shane, or if it happens to go next season and into the playoffs? How would that play out?
I don't want to fight Shane unless we're fighting for the $1 million. That's it, and that's all. I'm not fighting for $1 million. I'm not fighting my brother.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Natan, congrats on the win tonight. You did mention that it was weird being in there against someone who you consider like a brother, training partner, and godfather to your children. What was your feeling inside of the cage? Were you pulling punches at all? Walk me down through how you were feeling in there.
I not like deserve to the fight against him, like in the first round I was like not nervous, but I was like try to fight, but like this is like very different to training and to fight. Like we did like 200 sparring sessions, but this is not like fighting like for everybody, this is very weird. But I was not nervous, but I was trying to fight,
Mm-hmm. Did you get a chance to speak to him after the fight?
Sorry?
Did you get a chance
Yes,
to speak?
I was speaking with him like in the backstage.
Mm-hmm. How was his feelings towards?
I feel bad, This is like weird. This is like very weird. Like the people's like watch the fights, they don't know how hard is fights against like a friend or like a brother. This is really really hard. Maybe I like we have like like in the playoffs, okay, we can change, but in this situation, bro, this is weird, you know. I was talking to him, I was talking to my coach about this fight, but today I'm not happy, you know. Not for the fight, but I'm not happy for the situation.
And lastly for me, obviously in the UFC there's Aljamain Sterling and Merab, who are also teammates that refuse to fight each other. We spoke to Solomon Renfro earlier, and he mentioned the same thing. He wouldn't want to fight with Shane Burgos since they both fight at that same weight class. What would be your message to the PFL, just moving on in the future, given that we have a couple of matchups that could be made who are fellow teammates?
Sorry, can you repeat again?
Of course. What would you say to the PFL, or what would your message be, given that we do have some fighters in the same weight class who train with each other?
Yeah, this is like, if I like in the first PFL, the first season of PFL, I fought in the with Jason High. Was my partner training that time, and Rashid Magomedov. I fought against all these guys, but this is not like a brother. It's not like a really best friends, you know. And for me, it doesn't matter that time, you know, that fight. But with like this situation, like a brother, you know, this is like so different. Like the same situation with Aljamain and I forgot the name.
Merab.
Yes, Merab. You know, this is weird. I don't think they gonna fight, you know, like a serious, you know.
Thank you.
In front of his dream come true, you know.
Thank you.
First and foremost, congrats on the big win. You needed to hunt a finish, and a finish is what you got. It seemed like there was some animosity with Stevie before the fight. Can you just break down how that all started?
I mean, he called me out. He said, I mean, if you call me out, obviously you think you can beat me, so right there it kind of rubs you the wrong way. I have no hard feelings towards Stevie. My heart hurts for him and his family right now with the stuff he's dealing with his family, so my heart prayer goes out to him. I called him a clout chaser. He's like, I got more followers. I don't give a shit how many followers you have. Like, you wanted the exciting fight. That's chasing clout, in my opinion. So, no, it's just fight theatrics, you know.
Mm-hmm. You said that this was the best version of yourself coming into this season of the PFL. And do you think that there's anything that you switched up in the training room, or just different training partners, or a mixture of both that has helped you along the way to become and shape yourself into this best version?
Yeah, I still have a small team. I still have a few choice guys. I still work with my little brother. The coaching and just believing in myself and having that team behind me and just figuring out. I mean, we switched up everything. My coaches, a few new guys, still small, tight-knit group, but it's a revamp, I guess, you know, so I feel rejuvenated and ready to go this year, you know. So.
And then lastly, I know I'm hanging on to this one by a thread, but is there any chance that we see a nickname change to the Crimson Chin Collar?
The Crimson Chin, man. You might have to start calling me the Marlboro Man, because I smoked that fool, you know what I'm saying? I love it. I'm gonna make a Crimson Chin shirt. Cassius, the Crimson Chin.
Need that.
Yeah, man, but yeah, I don't know. It is what it is, man. You can give me both nicknames. Cassius, the Crimson Chin Collar. Let's go.
I will continue to call you Crimson Chin.
Maybe you didn't realize, or you did, you weren't going to get those 6 points. Talk to me about that mental strength you must have had to go out into round 2.
Yeah, I had to just, like, I remember being in that position in the first round. I thought I had to finish. I thought I was going to be able to ground and pound him out to a finish, or like I said, I'll be able to force a scramble. He kind of didn't let me. He didn't scramble, so it kind of just stalemated. He went to the decision. Then I was like, you know what? Just focus on getting the win. If the finish comes, it'll come. Don't force it. Yeah.
And last one from me. This is kind of a personal one. I'm gonna have my first child soon.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
So, do you have any advice for my husband as a dad?
Girl dad or boy dad?
We don't know yet.
Oh God, if it's a girl dad, I'll strap up and get ready. I'd say that because I got 2 and I got another one on the way. And man, my girl, I love them to death. I wouldn't trade it for anything. But man, I got to see my cousin with he has 3 boys and I have 3 girls, and I'm like, dude, you got it so easy, man. These kids are like they don't care. Boys don't care. Girls are just like, my daughter is 6 years old. She'd be crying and I'd be like, but babe, what's wrong? She's like, I don't even know. I'm like, I just feel like crying. I'm like, look at my wife. She's like, what? I'm like, why is she crying? So she just feels like crying. I'm like, this is normal. I was like, what the heck? And I grew up with 3 brothers. It's me and my brother, so it's all boys. So this is a complete culture shock to me. But like finding out I'm having another girl, I'm like, you know what? I'm used to it at this point. So if it's a boy, congrats, it'll be easier life. If it's a girl, I mean, you'll have her forever. That's the best part about it.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Congratulations to you too.
Thank you.
Shane, congrats on the win.
Thank you, bro.
Was game planning for Yamato a little bit more difficult given the limited amount of tape that there is on him online?
No, because we had his most recent fight with Clay, so that gave us a lot of insight. I knew I would be able to take him down. I knew I was a better wrestler and grappler. Like I said, the only thing I expected him to scramble more, try to go for leg locks or something like that. I kind of wanted him to do that so I could, again, force a change of position, get to a better position for me, and then look for the finish. So, yeah.
Gotcha. You were visibly upset last time out when you were doing the interviews with us. How were you able to carry that energy into this training camp and execute like you did out there in the cage?
Yeah, like last time I did the media, it was a wonderful loss, but then one of you guys asked me how much easier is it that you already have your next fight booked, and I remember in that moment I was like, oh shit, I do have my next fight booked. Fuck that fight, yeah, it sucked, but now I can just focus on the next one, so that was cool. Yeah, let that one go completely. I got no bad blood towards OAM or anything like that. Obviously, rooting for him to win. Would love to run that back in the future, so just let that shit go, focus on just getting the win by any means necessary, but I really wanted that fucking finish. I feel like I could've got it, so it's gonna hurt me a little more.
Gotcha. And then lastly, how impressed were you with your teammates, Holler and Renfro, with the second round finish? Huge.
Super impressed, but I'm not surprised, motherfuckers.
Love it. Thank you, Shane.
Yeah.
Congratulations again. Appreciate you, man.
Sadibou, congrats on the win.
Thank you.
You always have this calm aura about you, especially leading up to fight week. What do you say helps you stay calm and you're just relaxed throughout fight week going into a big fight such like tonight?
To be honest, I believe it's a combination of a lot of different things. But first and foremost, I'm blessed, and I'm blessed in the sense of I'm doing what I love, and I love what I do. So because of all the nerves and all the things around it, it's sometimes hard to actually look at what we're going and like take it all in. And that's what I've been trying to get better at, like take it in. Like this moment in 15 years, you guys are not gonna stand and talk to me, like, right? So the moment is now, the moment is here. So I'm trying to enjoy it, and that's something that I always try to pride myself on.
Now, what does the opportunity of almost becoming the back-to-back champ mean to you?
Man, it's big. It's big. Like for me, the next fight is the most important fight in my life. Without that, we're not gonna talk about back-to-back or anything like that. And it's a challenge that I'm so looking forward to, because, like, I know that since last season, both of us has grown, and it's gonna be so fun to go out and showcase Sadibou 2.0, if you want to say that, or whatever you want to use for word. So I'm looking forward to it.
Lastly, can you give us an early prediction?
So for this one, I told you I was gonna give you a viral one, and I told people during the week that like the spinning head kick is my favorite one. So I wanna enjoy this one a little bit. I wanna like smell it a little bit, like smell the roses with this one, and then when I come back for the next one, when it's time to focus on Carlos, I'll give you something.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Olivier, congrats on the big win tonight. The Canadian martial arts scene has been thriving this month. Did you watch UFC Vancouver, and what were your thoughts on how Team Canada performed?
Oh yeah, it was so great. It was so great to see lot of my training partners do so well, like Iman Zami, of course, brother Ferras, and I mean to see Iman like do this kind of KO was amazing because we all know how good he is, and we just don't see him often. There's Marc-André Barriot too, the real warrior in Quebec and Canada. I think he's a champ. There's I always forget his name, but he looked like Evil Me, you know. Marat.
Malot, Mike Malot.
Evil you. Yeah, it's like Evil Me.
That's great.
Don't you think?
Now that you mention it.
That's my girlfriend who told me that. So, but yeah, I'm so proud right now, like of the MMA scene in Canada, and where there's many other people that's gonna come after them. And I mean, in Canada, we had it hard during COVID. We had it hard during when it was illegal to do MMA. You know, so it was really tough for athletes to get better. And like it's so nice to see those young people still get better because of the passion.
What do you think of your matchup this time out in the playoffs?
Against Schulte, I have to be honest with you guys. I think the fight was fixed. The fight they did, and I understand. Look, I don't want to fight my friend. You know? I completely understand, but at the same time, it shouldn't happen. You know, me, I fought a guy. I'm hurt right now. Everything hurt. Like it's not fair for anybody in the tournament to have a free pass like this. And like, what was the way that Mafio was going to win? They were just like touch sparring. What was the way he was going to win? Like go a little bit harder than him on the stand-up? I really don't understand. Like, it's frustrating, you know, for us. I understand, like, yeah, it's kind of on the PFL, but it's kind of illegal what they did, you know? It shouldn't happen. It's unfair for every fighter on the tournament right now. We are all, sorry for but we are all fucked up right now, you know? You don't even have a bruise.
Lastly, from me, you're one of the more entertaining fighters on the mic. What do you attribute that to?
I don't know. I think I'm just gonna say my mom. yeah. I don't know. I always, like I said, I like to have fun, to not be like everybody else, you know. Like MMA have like a big image that I want to break. And I think for me, it's fun, you know, to go the opposite way.
Thank you, Olivier.
Thank you.